mainstream media is hard at work doing exactly what I thought they were going to do and doing exactly what I told you all they were going to do over on my other channel last night. Go subscribe if you haven't already. But today the media has been hard at work. They're pumping out article after article after article, trying to get people to sympathize with the suspect in the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. They're trying to get people to sympathize with this guy because he was so-called bullied in high school. They're trying to pretend as if him getting bullied in high school is what caused him to do what he did at the Donald Trump rally. They're acting as if him getting bullied in high school is his motive. And that sounds absolutely ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, the suspect, Thomas Matthew Crooks, is 20 years old, or he was 20 years old. The kid had been out of high school for years. Now listen, when we have a crazy event happen at a school where a student does something crazy to other students, I understand, yeah, bullying is maybe a motive. It's never an excuse. It's never an excuse. You can't say, oh, people said mean words to me in high school 3 years ago, so I woke up today and decided I'm going to assassinate Donald Trump. That's not an excuse, not a valid one, even though the media is trying to pretend as if it is. But really think about how ridiculous that sounds. This is a guy that's been out of high school for years. And it's not like he went after an ex-high school friend or a bully. No, he went after the next president of the United States. The media has even gone so far to release videos of the suspect so-called getting bullied in high school. Now, I can't show you all a lot of these videos because, of course, YouTube doesn't want me to show you this stuff. It doesn't want me to talk to you about this either. So you need to go follow me on X. I've already posted one of the videos over there. I'm going to post another one after I get done recording this. But even though you can't find hardly any information about this kid online, even though they've scrubbed everything, the mainstream media, of course, they were able to obtain videos of the suspect so-called getting bullied. And we're supposed to feel bad for him. It's absolutely insane. But it's not as insane as the new details that are trickling out. And at this point, listen, as soon as this happened, I was automatically skeptical about any information that came out about this situation. As soon as this happened, I thought something was fishy right away. But I understand that not everyone thinks like me. I understand that some people are kind of just trying to wait to see how things are going. But more and more information is coming out. And the information that I'm about to provide to you all, it would make the most reasonable, the most reserved person question what in the heck is going on here. Now, I've already told you that officers, they had noticed the suspect earlier in that day. They noticed him acting suspicious around the metal detectors. They warned Secret Service. Secret Service did nothing. We know that people at the Trump rally, they saw the suspect. Dozens of people saw the suspect. They were pointing him out, yelling, trying to get officers, the Secret Service, someone to do something. Nothing was done until after he got a couple of shots off at Donald Trump. I wonder why. But it's even worse than we thought. Originally, we thought that the guy was maybe on the roof for a couple of minutes before he opened fire. We're now learning, folks, that he was on the roof for 30 minutes. Law enforcement saw him on the roof 30 minutes before the attack. And I'm sorry, when I laugh there, it's not because I find this funny. It's because I find it so absolutely ridiculous that I have to laugh because they think we're this stupid or something. I don't know. I'm trying not to take things too far with what I say here. But law enforcement knew the suspect was on the roof for 30 minutes, y'all. And this is not info I'm pulling out of my behind. This is official info. This is not speculation. This is official information that has been released. 30 minutes he was on that roof. Law enforcement knew, did nothing. But it gets worse than that. Multiple law enforcement agents noticed that he was acting kind of iffy, and they even took photos of him, reported those photos, reported his activity. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's dive into this article, and I'm going to read it for you all. And I want you to tell me the truth. How do you feel? After you hear this information, you let me know. I really want to hear from people who've been on the fence here too. Will this sway you in a certain direction? Because if I was someone who was still kind of reserved, thinking that maybe nothing shady happened here, this would be the final straw for me. Let's go ahead and dive in. Channel 11 News uncovered dramatic new details Monday in the moments leading up to the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. According to multiple law enforcement sources, Thomas Crooks was spotted by law enforcement on a roof nearly 30 minutes before shots were fired that injured Trump, killed a former fire chief, and injured two others in the crowd. Channel 11 confirmed that Beaver County's ESU team had 8 members at the rally, including snipers and spotters. According to sources, one of them noticed a suspicious man on a roof near the rally at 5:40 p.m. He called it in and took a picture of the person. We have learned from our sources the person in that picture is indeed Thomas Crooks. We're told it's not clear if Crooks had a gun with him at that point. According to multiple sources, a law enforcement officer had also previously seen Crooks on the ground and called him in as a suspicious person with a picture prior to 5:45. Sources tell us an officer checked the grounds for Crooks at that point, but did not see him where the first picture was taken. 26 minutes after the second picture of Crooks was taken by law enforcement and the information was called in, shots were fired from the rooftop of the American Glass Research Building. Seconds later, Secret Service neutralized the target. So there you have it, folks. Not only was this guy here climbing rooftops, rifle in hand, police knew that he was on the rooftop for 30 minutes and didn't do diddly squat. How does that make sense? Law enforcement literally took a picture of the guy just chilling on the rooftop with the rifle. Oh, here's a picture. What should we do about this, fellas? Let's just wait until he tries to kill Donald Trump. Then we'll do something. What in the is going on? Now, even if he was just up there for a couple of minutes, I already had a very hard time believing the official narrative about this story. But 30 freaking minutes? And y'all saw him? It's confirmed you saw him? You even took pictures of the guy? They've taken several photos of Thomas Crooks at the event. Everyone, all the officers said he was suspicious. Now remember when I told you there may be a conflict here? Because maybe there's a possibility that some of these bigger 3-letter agencies, maybe the Secret Service, maybe the FBI, who knows, maybe they know something more than the local police. Because from what I'm hearing, it was the local police that spotted him. And they're trying to tell the higher-ups, hey, this is what's going on, and nothing was done. Now, a lot of people have a hard time believing that Thomas Crooks was the one that did this. Because a lot of people feel like this is an inside job. And they feel as if, if Thomas Crooks did this, then that means it's not an inside job. Therefore, I don't believe that Thomas Crooks did this. But folks, do you not know how inside jobs work? Not all of them, but a lot of inside jobs, they bring someone from the outside to do the actual job. Okay? It may be an inside job, but they bring someone from the outside to do the actual job. Then they place everything on them. They blame them for everything, and they get them the hell out of there. And that way, no one who's really on the inside takes the fall. You know, you may think that you're on the inside, but you're not. You're the one going down. Inside jobs happen all the time with the use of people from the outside. And also, folks, just because this may have been an inside job doesn't mean that they may have planned out everything specifically. Sometimes they allow things to happen. You see, these government agencies, they got intelligence. They know. There's people on their radar that they know. Okay? They have vast knowledge about a lot of stuff, about a lot of people. Hell, they may know about some of y'all watching this video. They probably watch my videos. So they have enough intelligence. And when I say intelligence, I don't mean like, oh, they're smart. I mean intelligence the other way. But sometimes they may have caught wind that something's going to go down. And instead of preventing it, they allow it to happen. And then they respond. And there's a possibility that they may have known that there was a threat at the rally that day. There's a possibility they may have known that someone was planning to do something and they purposely kind of turned a blind eye towards it. And that's what I'm leaning towards also. Some people in these three-letter agencies, we already know this for a fact, they go online, they communicate with some of these psychopaths, and they talk them into doing crazy things. And that's how they make some of these arrests sometimes. So, you guys just got to understand how some of this stuff works. I understand everyone thinks something crazy happened here, and it definitely did. But I think the conspiracy, I think the crazy part is kind of right in our face. I don't feel as if we have to really dig too deep on this one. And I'm honestly at a point where Thomas Matthew Crooks, the suspect in this situation is like the least of my worries. He's gone. And I'm not really focused on him. I'm focused on why was there this massive breach in security, an obvious, so obvious breach in security. Like it's almost too obvious. Like obviously people were going to see this and be like, well, how did y'all allow this to happen? But as crazy as I already thought this situation was, 30 minutes? And folks, this is coming from law enforcement themselves. This isn't from people in the crowd. Law enforcement themselves have admitted this. Now you tell me what you think. You tell me what you honestly think is going on here down in the comments below. Be sure to follow me on Twitter or X. I'll be updating you all over there as well. But while you're down in the comments, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.